Hey, what's up, guys? So I appreciate you coming through. First off, this is not financial advice. I'm not responsible for any wins or losses that you make in markets, as they are super volatile, super risky, and I am not a licensed financial advisor. I'm just sharing these ideas with you for educational purposes only. So now that we got that done, let's go ahead and get to it. I think that whenever we are looking at a profitable system, and this is personally my favorite buy model or sell model, just entry model, we want to look and make sure we have found our high time frame structure. Structure is going to be our number one complete foundation of everything. If we are in a bear market, it's a lot easier for newer members to just try to catch these lower highs. They're just going to wait for maybe the 4 hour to retrace all the way. This could take a week, sometimes longer, and they just look for a trade there, and they hit their trades and are able to maintain maybe a 70% win rate with a 4R for risk to reward. Now that may sound really boring, but that's going to be better than the trader that takes a trade that's newer, that takes a trade here, and then takes a loss on the way up. They take a trade here and then they make a small gain, and small gains and small losses all over the place, because what they're doing is not only they're wasting their time, but they're also ruining their psychology as a trader, because they're building expectations of a trade every single hour, every single day. They kind of become a little naive with trading, because while trading is a really scalable business, you can definitely overdo it. And you shouldn't be searching for an opportunity at every single turn, especially when you're starting out. So just, finding a system where you catch maybe the 4 hour high or 15-minute high, whatever it is, and you maintain a 4 or better risk to reward, that in itself, taking 1 to 2 trades a week, over time, you will beat the trader that is just sitting there camping the charts, taking a trade every single day. A lot of this can be found by just using structure. So, if we're in a bearish market, we're going to look for shorts. Whenever we're saying high time frames, that can mean a lot of different things for different people. For instance, you're a position or a swing trader, and your high time frame is the daily, and your immediate bias is the 4 hour, and you use the 15-minute for entry. The 15-minute would be your low time frame, your execution time frame. The 4 hour would be how you figure out your direction bias, and the daily is how you frame your trade. So whenever I'm looking for an entry, I want to trade with the high time frame in a high time frame zone. We have our structure, and then we have POI. So we always look for our POI on a higher time frame. We don't try to play every single medium time frame. For me, I use the 4 hour, the 15-minute, and the 1 minute. And I also use the daily, weekly, monthly to kind of give myself a picture of where we're at and my overall narrative. But the time frames that I'm going to be using to frame most of my trades are the 4 hour, 15-minute, 1 minute. So for me, my high time frame is my 4 hour. So I'm going to be looking at 4 hour structure. That's going to base all of my trades. That's what I'm going to base all my trades around. If we are in a bullish market, I'm looking for the POIs that are going to be in a premium of the price swing. So as soon as price comes up into a premium, I'm looking for points of interest inside of this premium. Am I picking just one POI and marrying it? Absolutely not. I look for POIs based off of usually the last up candle before the down move, or in a bullish situation, the opposite, the last down candle before the up move. So that's from the high time frame. I find that on the 4 hour, I just need POIs in a premium. That's how I start. And I don't just mark one. I mark up all POIs that I see are valid. And when we know when we're selecting POIs, we're going to need one of two things for a supply or demand zone. We need a break of structure, or we need a flip of old supply or demand. Obviously, if they have both of those, they're going to be a stronger zone, but it's not a requirement to have both. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you want access to the private Discord, use code CASPER, all caps, to start your free trial. That's where I provide my trade signals, teach my private classes, and you have access to one of the best trading communities out there. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my content, and if you ever have any questions, feel free to hit me up on any of my social medias. They are all down in the description with the link to Playbit. Have a great day, and remember, if you can't see the liquidity, then you are the liquidity.